where the embattled Premier Supra Mahumapelo has offered a somewhat cryptic response to growing calls for his resignation. The embattled leader says he will submit a letter to the provincial legislature Friday. eNCA's Samkele Maseko is standing by for us in Mahikeng. Samkele, good afternoon to you. So what further details are emerging about this letter then?
Well, Jeremy, as it stands, the Premier said that he would be submitting a letter to the Speaker of the Legislature, Ms. Susan Jantjies, clarifying the essence of the absence of presence. You at home can judge for yourself what that means. Many of us are still trying to digest and interpret what the Premier means by that. But just to throw another twist in the spanner, he says he will be addressing a press briefing tomorrow at 10 o'clock here in the Mahikeng building, which is where the legislature is housed. So we'll be waiting to hear what the Premier has to say tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Many people have said that this is his biggest signal yet, that he will be resigning as the Premier of the Northwest, as he has reached the end of the political runway. So we'll be waiting with anticipated breath to hear what the Premier has to say for himself tomorrow, and how he will further expand and clarify for us what this meaning of explaining the absence of essence of the presence. So we'd rather wait for him to speak on these matters tomorrow.
The absence of the essence of the presence, I like that one. Now, Samkele, what are we hearing from the ANC's leadership in this respect, as we already know there is mounting pressure from within the party for him to go?
As it stands, Jeremy, we know that last week, Wednesday, the ANC held its National Working Committee in Cape Town, which recommended that the Premier must step down, with the President of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, and of the country using Takota Legoeti's inputs, the former Provincial Secretary of the Northwest, as a departure point for him, in summarizing and closing the meeting and saying that while it's a done deal, that the Premier of the Northwest, Supra Mahumapelo, must step down as the Premier of the Northwest. We've also got the likes of Colin Maine, who sit in that ANC's National Working Committee, who've been very vocal against the Premier of late. Some people saying that he has reached his moment of Damascus himself. So it's going to be rather interesting on what the ANC does in order to unite this seemingly fragmented and divided caucus in the Northwest Legislature. For instance, today when we walked inside the legislature, there was only a handful of ANC MPLs present. There was only those enough to just pass this budget. It looked like a very bleak and very empty benches of the ANC in the legislature.